Now we're going to have some questions from the audience.
Yes, my name is David Grossberg, and I'd like to know, do you think that children of illegal aliens should be allowed to attend Texas public schools free, or do you think that their parents should pay for their education?
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best.
I'd like to see something done about the illegal alien problem that would be so sensitive and so understanding about labor needs and human needs that that problem wouldn't come up.
They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems.
As we have kind of made illegal some kinds of labor that I'd like to see legal.
And they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
Society of really honorable, decent, family-loving people that are in violation of the law, and secondly, we're exacerbating relations with Mexico.
She gets out and she starts asking me all sorts of ridiculous questions, and, you know, you could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
Most importantly, I brought my Bible. I believe in God, I believe in the Bible, I'm a Christian, I have a lot of reasons. I love people.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know.
How stupid are the people of Iowa? How stupid are the people of the country to believe this crap?
Bud, have you ever asked God for forgiveness? I'm not sure I have.
Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. Oh, I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's...
That reporter he is talking about is Serge Kovaleski, who now works for the New York Times. As you can see right there, he suffers from a chronic condition that impairs movement of his arms.
He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
Do you agree with that?
He's a war hero because he was captured, okay?
Years old, 2.5 years old, a child, a beautiful child, went to have the vaccine and came back, and a week later got a tremendous fever, got very, very sick, now is autistic. Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me, believe me. And I'll build them very inexpensively. I will build a great, great wall on our southern border, and I will have Mexico pay for that wall. Mark my words.
Rather than making them or talking about putting up a fence, why don't we work out some recognition of our mutual problems, make it possible for them to come here legally with a work permit, and then while they're working and earning here, they pay taxes here. And when they want to go back, they can go back, and they can cross and open the border both ways by understanding their problems.
And whatever else history may say about me when I'm gone, I hope it will record that I appealed to your best hopes, not your worst fears, to your confidence rather than your doubts. My dream is that you will travel the road ahead with liberty's lamp guiding your steps and opportunity's arm steadying your way.
I am the least racist person.
Yeah, get him out. Get him the hell out of here. Get him out of here. Get out. Get him out of here.
When you tweet out a thing, and this bothered me, I got to tell you, you tweeted out that whites killed by blacks, these were statistics you picked up from somewhere, at a rate of 81%. And that's totally wrong. Whites killed by blacks is 15%.
Former Louisiana State Representative and Ku Klux Klan leader David Duke has described Trump as the best in the lot. The neo-Nazi website Daily Stormer says Trump is the only candidate talking about anything at all that matters. And the white nationalist organization American Renaissance says Trump may be the last hope for a president who would be good for white people.
Two South Boston brothers saw a homeless man on the street who they believed was Hispanic. I believe he was Hispanic. And they beat him up. They broke his nose. They urinated on him. And when arrested, they told police, and I will quote them, that it was okay to assault the man because he was Hispanic and homeless. Quote, Donald Trump was right. All these illegals need to be deported, they said.
Putin called him brilliant. That's not good.
Do you like Vladimir Putin's comments about you?
Sure. When people call you brilliant, it's always good, especially when the person heads up Russia.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it also is a person that kills journalists, political opponents, and invades countries. And invades countries. Obviously, that would be a concern, would it not?
He's running this country, and at least he's a leader, you know, unlike what we have in this country.
No, but again, he kills journalists that don't agree with him.
Specifically, how do you actually get them registered into a database?
It would be just good management. What you have to do is good management procedures. And we can do that. It's nice.
I mean, do you go to mosques and sign these people up into the system?
Different places. You sign them up at different, but it's all about management. Our country has no management.
You know, I shouldn't be feared. You shouldn't be afraid of me. I'm coming in peace, you know, that old saying. And that's what the shirt is about. So I wanted to be very visibly saying, so that people wouldn't harass me, that, you know, I'm coming here peacefully. And Islam is a peaceful religion, and Islam is part of Salam. So
is this yellow patch, is this a star that's reminiscent of the one Jews wore during the Holocaust? Is that what that is?
Yes, it is. It is. Yes, it is. It's supposed to be reminiscent, that whole concept of categorizing Muslims or putting Muslims in, you know, in a database.
No, he wasn't wearing one of those hats, was he? Was he wearing one of those hats? And he never will. And he never will. And he never will. And that's okay. But, you know, we got to do something, folks, because it's not working.
Like the good folks standing with me, the American people were appalled and outraged at last Tuesday's attacks. And so were Muslims all across the world. Both Americans, Muslim friends, and citizens, tax-paying citizens, and Muslims in nations, just appalled, could not believe what we saw on our TV screens. These acts of violence against innocents violate the fundamental tenets of the Islamic faith. And it's important for my fellow Americans to understand that.
His Holiness Pope Francis told this body, from the very spot that I'm standing on tonight, that to imitate the hatred and violence of tyrants and murderers is the best way to take their place. When politicians insult Muslims, whether abroad or our fellow citizens, when a mosque is vandalized or a kid is called names, that doesn't make us safer. That's not telling it like it is. It's just wrong. It diminishes us in the eyes of the world. It makes it harder to achieve our goals. It betrays who we are as a country.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
no choice. We have no choice.
The only thing we have to fear is